So in today's session, I am going to explain the two-port networks. So what is meant by two-port network and how they are constructed and what are the different classifications we can get in the two-port networks and how we are going to solve the network by using two-port networks and what are the characteristics that we are going to learn in this chapter, that is two-port network. The name itself that will tell which is having two ports. Two ports are nothing but one is a input port and another one is a output port. Input port is nothing but that supply will be connected to that one. Supply will be connected to that one, to the entire network. Output port means whatever that network will generate it, that will be driven by that particular load. So output ports are used to connect to the loads. Input port, in order to operate the circuit or in order to analyze that circuit, we are going to connect some supply voltages to that particular network. So in previous cases also we seen in of any having any network, we are going to represent in a rectangular box, right? So having a resistors or capacitors or any inductors, whatever the circuit we have with the sources, entire circuit we are going to replace with a network. Here network means that internally having this type of construction. So this, which is like this, for example, this is a network without connecting a source. This is a network. Let us take this entire thing, I am going to represent in a block, and this is having input side that is having one pair of port. Okay, input side that is having one pair of port. These pair of port is connected to the source. Here this is connected to the voltage source, right? So this is connected to the source and these ports are named as 1 bar. Here 1 bar acts like a input port or connected to the source. In the same way, this is, for example, here from here I am going to take the output. Whatever the V naught or I naught I am going to mention here, we need to calculate the V naught. Let us take. So these are called as a ports or connected at the output side. So in middle, that entire replaced with the network. Input side, input sources are replaced in the first port, and output that is connected to the load, those are represented in the another side of ports of that particular network. So these are named as 2 bar. These are connected to the loads. Here 2 bar acts as an output port. These are connected to the loads. So this is called as a two-port network. If this type of construction is there, then that is called as a two-port network. Two port means two pair of ports. So two pair of ports are nothing but one pair of port acts as an input, another pair of port acts as a output. Okay. So here 1 bar is the input side and 2 bar is at the output side. So for example, so let us take this is a network. I am going to represent with the ports as well as whatever the voltages and currents related to that particular port. I'll mention here, and depending upon that one, that classification will be divided. So here, for example, this is an input port. This port will draw the current I1, and here having a voltage of V1. This is an input port which is having 1 bar, and this between two ports having the voltage drop is V1, and here current which is inside to the network. Why? Because this will be transferred from source to the load. Okay, so here this is inside to the network. All currents should be inside to the network. Here V1 I1 we written V1 I1, and similarly output port that is named as 2 bar, having the potential difference of V2, having the potential difference of V2. Let us take, so V2, and here current is also drawn inside. Why? Because this is a open ports. So open ports current is there is no current, so that current will be should be passes inside to the network. So I2 is also inside to the network. So here we taken two parameters, that is V2 as well as I2. So total how many parameters we have in the network? Those are 4 parameters, V1, V2, I1, I2. Okay, so depending upon these four parameters, nothing but in these four parameters, two are dependent, parameters and two are independent parameters. For example, here we have V1, I1, V2, I2. In this first classification, let us take V1, V2 are dependent, I1, I2 are independent. Or second classification, let us take V1, I1 are dependent, V2, I2 are independent. Or else in the third classification, V1, I2 are dependent, or I1, V2 are independent. So like this we have, depending upon the parameters, either dependent parameters or independent parameters. Totally we have 6 classifications of dependent independent parameters are there. Depending upon the dependent as well as independent parameters, two-port networks are divided into 6 categories or 6 types of two-port networks are there. So what are the 6 types of two-port networks? First one is a Z parameters. Z parameters. Z is nothing but impedance parameters. This is also called as impedance parameters. Second one is admittance parameter. Admittance parameter. Third one, this comes under your EDC subject, that is H parameters. H parameters. So first one is Z parameters, that is impedance parameters, admittance parameters, H parameters, and fourth one transmittance parameters or transmission parameters, or this is also called as ABCD parameters. ABCD parameters, that is a fourth one. And next fifth one, which is a inverse transmission parameters. So inverse transmission. Inverse transmission, that is also indicated with A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar. And next one, inverse hybrid parameters. Inverse hybrid parameters. This H parameters is called as a hybrid parameter, that is denoted with H, small h. Here inverse hybrid, that can be denoted with G. Okay, so first parameter is impedance parameter. Impedance parameter, that parameter indicated with Z. So I will represent in blue color. So impedance parameter, that is represent in Z. Admittance parameter, that is represent in Y. So H parameter, that is represent in small h. Transmission parameters, that represent in ABCD. Inverse transmission, that is represent in A bar, B bar, C bar and D bar. And lastly, inverse hybrid parameter, that is represented in small g. So if we finish all these parameters or all these two-port networks, we finish this chapter. Okay, so first we will discuss about Z parameters. So what is meant by Z? Z is nothing but the impedance. Okay, first I am going to take the first parameter, which is very important and basic thing while writing the two-port networks. So impedance parameter. So you already know how to define the impedance. Impedance is nothing but a resistance. Resistance, impedance, both are related closely. Okay, where we are going to calculate the resistance and where we are going to calculate the impedance? If we are having only the real part, of any object like any parameter, voltage or current, then we are going to calculate the resistance. Okay, impedance, if you are having the complex number, then you are going to take the impedance rather than the resistance. Okay, So impedance that can be taken in AC, or this is also called as AC resistance. We are having complex conjugate numbers in the impedance or resistance that is directly, that is DC. Directly we are going to take VI. Okay, V by I. So resistance that can be defined with R, that can be impedance that can be denoted with Z. So what is R? By the Ohm's law, R is equals to V by I,
V by
or
I.
we can write I is equals to V by R, or we can write V is equals to I into R. So these are the relations for the resistance. But what is the relation for the Z? Z is also defined as V by I. But here we are going to talk about AC or complex number. Here we are going to talk about DC or real number. Okay, so this is also same. Impedance is nothing but a resistance in AC. Okay, that is V by I. So V by I, how we can write for I? I is equals to V by Z, or we can write that V is equals to I into Z. So V is equals to I into Z. So these are the relations in impedance. Impedance that can be defined as that ratio of voltage to the current. Okay, or we can define voltage in the impedance, that is product of current into impedance. Okay, so here we already know that two-port network is having a network having two ports. For the two ports, we are having a voltage and current relations. Here this is a network and these are the two ports. For these two ports, we are having four parameters. So what are the parameters here? I1 and here V1. V1 is a potential difference of 1 bar. Same thing, I2 is also flowing inside and these two ports are indicated with 2 bar, and potential difference between these two are V2. Okay, so here we can define the Z parameters by taking four parameters. What are the four parameters? V1, I1, V2, I2. So I already explained, in these four parameters, two parameters are dependent parameters. So dependent nothing but those two parameters are depending on the another two parameters. So what are the another two parameters? Those two parameters are independent. So how we can define the impedance parameter? You already know this is a formula, that is V is equals to I into Z. V is equals to I into Z. In this format, we are going to define the impedance parameter. You can observe here V. What is V? V is a product of current into impedance. Nothing but V is depending upon, here we have VI, V1, I1, V2, I2, a current as well as voltage. This voltage is depending upon what? This voltage is depending upon current by this relation, right? So what are the two dependent parameters here? V is depending upon I, nothing but voltage parameters are dependent parameters. I is depending upon V? No, don't see in reverse, only we are taking in forward direction. V is depending upon I. Okay, if V is dependent means I1, I2, these two are will become independent variables. Okay, so these are V1 here, V1 and V2. These two are dependent parameters, and I1, I2. These two are independent parameters. You don't confuse dependent, independent. Just you remember, and we are writing in the format of impedance parameters. We are going to write in the format of V is equals to IZ. Okay. So here I will define one formula for Z parameters formula. Very important. So Z parameters. So we are writing equations for 2. What are the dependent variables? V1, V2. So we are writing the equations V1 and V2. Okay, so V1, V2, and here we are having currents I1, I2, right? So here one current is I1 plus another current is I2. So one current is I1 plus another current is I2. So in the format how we are going to write? V is equals to I into Z, and V noted I into Z. Here I we have, Z we have to write. So Z, we are writing for the first equation. Okay, we are writing for V1 here. V1 is nothing but first parameter. We are taking current also 1 and first port, and voltage also first port in the first. So here that can be defined as Z11. Okay, here 1 indicate this one, and here this one indicate this one. So now you tell me for this one, which is the quotient here we should write? Z12. Okay, here we are going to write third quotient, that is Z21, and here fourth quotient, that is Z22. Okay, I think this is clear. Once again,
Yes, ma'am.
here V1 that can be defined as Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. Just we are writing in the format of V is equals to I into Z. We have two current values, so we are going to get two additions. Okay, I1, I2. So V2 is equals to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. Okay, so how we are going to get Z11? Z11. In order to get Z11, in order to get Z11, what we have to do, this parameter should equals to 0. And which parameter we need to make as a 0? That I2 should be 0. If you make I2 as 0, if you make I2 as 0, then what is equation? That V1 is equals to Z11 I1, then Z11 is equals to V1 by I1. Okay, so Z11 is equals to V1 by I1 when I2 equals to 0. Z11, we are going to calculate Z11 here, that is V1 by I1 at I2 equals to 0. So this is called open circuit. We are calculating in open circuit manner, open circuit. So what is this one? V by I. V by I is called as an impedance, right? Z is equals to what you written? Z
Me
is
by
equals to
name.
V by I. So V by I is nothing but impedance. Okay, impedance. Here one, suffix 1, that will indicate which port? That is input port, right? So one, suffix 1 indicate the input port, and here you written for the impedance. So this is called as Z11 is called as open circuit input impedance. Open circuit input impedance. Okay. Now you tell me further Z12. How to calculate Z12? In order to get Z12 here, what you should make 0? I1 should be 0 here. So in order to get Z12, I1 should become 0. So when you make I1 as 0, then what you get? V1 is equals to Z12 I2. V1 is equals to Z12 I2. Then Z12 is equals to V1 by I2. V1 by I2. Okay. So that is V1 by I2. So V1 by I2 is also in the format of V by I. So V by I is nothing but impedance. Okay. V by I is nothing but impedance. That is not, there is no any change. And we are going to calculate in the format of open circuit. So open circuit V by I. So here one, first port is at the numerator, second port is at the denominator. Nothing but we are flowing from input to output. Input to output means, is it forward direction or reverse direction? That is
Reverse.
forward direction. We are transferring from, this is a network, Nana. So this is a network having one input ports, and here these are the output ports. First we are taking numerator as an input, nothing but we are transmitting input to output. Always we should transfer from input to output. This is a forward direction. So this is called as a forward impedance. This is input impedance and this is forward impedance. Okay. So same thing. You tell me for the second. Next two equations. In order to calculate Z21, Z21 means you should make I2 as 0 here. Whenever you make I2 as 0, then what you get? V2 is equals to Z21 I1. So Z21 is equals to what you get? That is V2 by I1. V2 by I1. So V2 by I1, this is also like impedance.
Open circuit reverse
So
impedance.
this is also like impedance. We are all calculating in open circuit only. That is open circuit. We are taking first output, nothing but that is transferring from output to input, which is like a reverse. So this is called reverse impedance, open circuit reverse impedance. And finally Z22. So what is Z22? Whenever you
V2
calculate the Z22, I1 should become 0. So whenever I1 will become 0, that V2 is equals to Z22 I2. That is Z22 is equals to V2 by I2. Two are same, which are the output port, related to the output port. That is also V by I. V by I is nothing but impedance. We are calculating in open circuit only. Open circuit impedance. Which impedance? These two are related to
output.
the output. So open circuit output impedance. Open circuit output impedance. All are similar, looking like similar, but don't confuse. Okay. Practice is very important here. Just we are going to relate the impedance parameter. Here V is a unknown, that is V is a dependent parameters and I is a independent parameter. So we can write in the format of, so you have to remember this thing only. Whenever impedance parameters you got, that impedance is nothing but Z is equals to V by I. So we can write V is equals to I into Z. So we are writing equations in this format. V is equals to I into Z. So V1 is equals to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. V2 is equals to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So V is equals to I into Z. Nothing but V1, V2 are the, we are writing for equations for V1 and V2. Okay. So in order to calculate Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22, remaining parameter we are going to make it as 0 here. So Z11, that is called as a open circuit input impedance. Why? Because that is V1 by I1. How we are going to get Z11? That I2 should become 0. So I make I2 as 0. That is open circuit input impedance. So Z12, that is V1 by I2 when I1 is equals to 0. This is called open circuit forward impedance. Open circuit, yeah, open circuit. So just a small correction, ma. Previously one girl told this is a reverse impedance and this is forward. This is forward. This is reverse impedance and this is forward. Output by input, every time in order to calculate the transfer function we are going to take output by input. So here we written input by output, so this is called reverse impedance, and here we written output by input, that is like a transfer function, so this is called as a forward impedance. And finally Z22, that is V2 by I2 at I1 is equals to 0, this is called open circuit output impedance. So here these are the parameters and these are the equations. Again I'll draw the equations here. Write the equations. V1 is equals to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. So V2 is equals to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. Okay, so first we should draw the V1 equation or V1 circuit. So V1, which is at input side, so V1 is at input side, and current, what is passes through the current in the first input ports, that is I1.
I1.
So V1 I1, these are the ports. Network we should replace. Okay, so output ports here I am going to draw. Output port is also having V2 as a potential difference and I2 is a current flowing through inside to the second port. Okay, so here V1 we already taken. What is the first parameter here? Z11 I1. I1 here we taken Z11. Z11 is nothing but input impedance. Impedance is nothing but a resistance. Nothing but directly here I am going to draw the impedance. Impedance I am showing in like this, or you can replace with a resistance also. Okay, this is a value of Z11. So Z11 I1. What is the second parameter here? Z12 I2. So what is I into Z or I into R? IR is nothing but a voltage. Okay, here the second parameter I2 is possessed at the output side. So this current should not possess at the input side, right? So here we should replace second with the voltage source, that is V. So V, what is the value of V? That is Z12 I2. So there is it dependent or independent? Dependent. Why? Because this is depending upon the current I2. So dependent sources we are going to represent in a rectangular or rhombus shape. Independent sources we are going to represent in a circular. Okay, so this is an independent voltage source. This is a dependent voltage source. Okay, so here in series with a dependent voltage source, which is positive, negative, and what is the value of this one? That is Z12 I2. Z12 I2. Okay, once again, I'll repeat this one. So up to here, you know, that is two ports are having V1 I1, V2 I2 respectively. Okay. So here we by the equation we should draw the network for this one, two port network. So first parameter, that is Z11 I1. So I1 already that current is passed to in the first network. So we should replace only Z11. Z11 is nothing but directly input impedance. So impedance is nothing but resistance. Either you represent in a resistance manner or a block. So this is Z11, which is resistance, and then second parameter, which is Z12 I2. This is a voltage source, is depending upon the current I2, is depending upon the current I2. So that is I am drawing like this, dependent voltage source having the value of Z12 I2, Z12 I2. Okay, so in a similar manner we should draw at the output side by the second equation. So by the second equation, V2 is equals to Z21 I1. So I1 is here. So I1 current is at the input port. So we should replace this Z21 I1 with the voltage source. And second parameter you observe, Z22 I2. I2 current is here only. Nothing but Z22 is a impedance we are going to replace. That is a output impedance that can be replaced here. That is a resistance I am going to replace, that is Z22, and in series with a voltage source, dependent voltage source. What is the value of this dependent voltage source? That is Z21 I1. Z21 I1. Okay, so this is a two-port network representation in impedance parameters. Impedance parameter. Now you observe, we can cross-check this also. So first you write the equation for this one in this loop. If you write equation in this loop, then what will become? That is KVL. KVL, if you write KVL, V1, that is this is positive and this is negative. So entering at the negative side, that is positive V1 minus resistance value is Z11, current is passed to that one is I1. So Z11 I1, and this is a voltage source, current is entering at the positive terminal, so that should be negative, that is Z12 I2 equals to 0. So what you get, V1 is equals to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. You can compare with the original equation. You can check like this also. Okay, so you write KVL in this loop. V1 minus Z11 I1 minus Z12 I2 is equals to 0. So same thing, you write KVL for this in this loop, V2. So here is a positive value and this is negative. Okay, so first you start from here. This is a passive element. So passive element means we should write negative I2 into Z22 minus current is entering at the positive terminal of the source. So that is negative. That is Z21 I1, and here current is entering at the negative terminal of V2. So that is positive. V2 is equals to 0. So V2 is equals to Z22, that is Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So same thing you are going to get. Okay, same equations are you observe. V1 is equals to Z11 I1, Z12 I2. V2 is equals to Z21 I1, Z22 I2. Okay, so likewise we can construct the two-port network in the impedance parameter. So we'll take one example. Find the Z parameters for the circuit. Find the Z parameters for the given circuit. So this is a network, this is a circuit. For this circuit, we need to calculate the Z parameters. Here the ports are A bar, and here voltage mentioned, that is V1. This is negative port and this is positive port, and current is I1, and here this value is ZA, and this value is ZB, and this value is ZC, and current is entering, that is I2, and here potential difference is V2, and here these ports are B bar, and this is negative port and this is positive port. Okay, so for this one we need to calculate the Z parameters. So what is meant by Z11? So we already taken, in order to calculate Z11 is V1 by I1 at I2 is equals to 0. So this is called as open circuit input impedance. Okay, so Z21 is nothing but V1 by I2 at I1 is equals to 0. This is called open circuit reverse impedance. Okay, so that is Z12 now. This is Z12. So Z21 is V2 by I1 at I2 is equals to 0. This is open circuit forward impedance. Z22 is V2 by I2 at I1 is equals to 0. This is open circuit output impedance. So these are the formulae we know. So we need to calculate the Z parameters for this particular circuit. So how to calculate Z11 here? Z11 V1 by I1 at I2 is equals to 0. So we need to calculate at open circuit. Nothing but we should not short the ports. Open circuit means ports will be open, and here that output, that current should be equals to 0 in order to calculate Z11. So once again I'll draw the circuit here. In order to calculate Z11, so here this is a V1 and this is I1. So ZA, ZB. So we are not shorting the ports and nothing but we are opening the ports, and I2 is equals to 0. There is no current of I2. There is no current of I2. Means, is there any resistance here? If current is drawing as 0 means there is no resistance. This will be open circuited, right? this resistance is not connected, that resultant circuit will be like this, which is having only two, ZA, ZB, and I1 is a input current, V1 is a input voltage. So for this one we need to calculate Z11. Z11, in order to get the Z11, you can write the loop equation in this one. So loop equation means KVL you can apply for here. So whenever you apply KVL, that is here, current passes through in this network is I1. So same current I1 is passes through here. So KVL, that is V1 minus ZA into I1 minus ZB into I1 is equals to 0. Here we make I2 as 0. So I2 as 0 means this resistance will be open circuited here. This resistance will be open circuited. That network become like this. We are applying KVL in this loop. So whenever you apply KVL, V1 minus V1, that is, this is positive, negative. Current is entering at the positive side, so source I am taking as a positive V1. Remaining passive elements we should take negative. Minus I1, that is current passes through the resistance ZA, into I1 minus ZB into I1. So you simplify this one. V1 is equals to, when we send that side, I1 positive. So two terms will become positive. Take common as I1. So that is I1 common, that is ZA plus ZB. What is Z11 here? Z11 is nothing but V1 by I1 at I2 is equals to 0. So here this is V1 and this is I1. So V1 by I1 is equals to what you get, that is ZA plus ZB. So we made already I2 as 0 by opening that particular port. Okay, so this is Z11. So how to calculate Z12? How to calculate Z12? What is Z12? Z12 is V1 by I2 at I1 is equals to 0. So what is the circuit? Here we have this type of circuit. So this is I1 and this is I2, and here we have V1 and here we have V2. So what you are doing, I1, you are making I1 as 0. So if I1 as 0, is there any resistance? No, there is no resistance here. So if there is no resistance here, what will become? If there is no resistance, if there is no resistance means that circuit will become like this. That circuit will become like this. So here we have V1 and here we have V2, and here current is I2 and this is ZB and this is ZC. So what about the voltage here? V1 voltage. So V1 voltage is nothing but, here what is V1 voltage is nothing but voltage across the ZB terminals. Yes. So here V1 voltage is nothing but voltage across the ZB terminals. How we are going to get the voltage across ZB terminals? This is V1. So how we are going to get V1? So what is the current passes through in this ZB? So that I2 current is passes through in this network. Okay. But because I1 I am going to make it as 0 here. I1 is 0, so only I2 current is passes through in the ZB network. So here is a potential difference, that is V1, that is across the ZB. Okay, so here we can write like this, V1 is equals to I2 into ZB. Yes, I2 current is passes through in the ZB. So V1 potential, that is equals to resistance into current, that is ZB into I2. So V1 by I2 is equals to, what is that one? That is ZB. Z12 is nothing but ZB. Okay. So third. What is the third? That is Z21. Z21. Z21 is nothing but V2 by I1 at I2 at I1 is equal, V2 by I1 at I2 is equals to 0. So in order to make I2 is equals to 0, I2 is equals to 0 is nothing but that ZC resistance will be gone. Okay, so that will become like this. That circuit will become I2. I am making I2 as 0. So I2 as 0. So we don't have this resistance. But potential difference is there in the open circuit, right? So this is V2. So this potential difference only we are going to get at the ZB resistance also. So this is ZB, and here we are going to get V1, and here the current is I1, and this is ZA. So what is V2 here? V2 is potential difference across the ZB. So how we are going to get potential difference across ZB? That current is passes through, that one is I1. So that V2 we can write it as V2 is equals to I1 into ZB. So what we need to calculate? V2 by I1 here. So V2 by I1 is equals to ZB. So Z21 is also, that is ZB. And finally Z22 we need to calculate. So what is Z22? V2 by I2 at I1 is equals to 0. V2 by I2 at I1 equals to 0. So I1 is equals to 0 means this ZA resistance is not there. Okay, so that circuit will become like this. I1, I am going to make I1 as 0. I1 as 0 means ZA resistance will be removed, only ZB and ZC. So here is the current. I1 is 0, I1 current is 0, and here potential difference is V1, and here current is I2, and here potential is V2, and this is ZC, and this is ZB. So current I2 passes through in this network. Okay, so what we need to calculate? V2 by I2. You can apply KVL there. So what is KVL? When you apply KVL, that is passive element should be negative. That is I2 into ZC minus I2 into ZB, and here this is positive, negative. Current is entering at negative side. So plus V2 equals to 0. Okay, so V2 is equals to I2 ZC plus I2 ZB. So when you take I2 as common, that is ZC plus ZB. So that is V2 is equals to V2 by I2. This is only Z22. So Z22, what you get? That is ZB plus ZC. Okay, so like this you are going to calculate the Z parameters.